of this.
Me too. I love movies with Musselman in them.
G'day, I'm Fred K. Levitt and welcome to The Report. What is your favourite Australian comedy? Is it The Castle or Crocodile Dundee? Perhaps Priscilla Queen of the Desert, or new wave classics like Don's Party, The Adventures of Barry Mackenzie, or the sex romp Stalk. Whatever it may be, there is no ignoring the magnitude in which they have cemented our infamous larrikinisms and colloquialisms into the hearts and minds of fans from around the world. So much of our culture is cultivated and communicated via radio, television and cinema. We owe it greatly to the combined efforts of the writers, filmmakers and actors who brought to life the many unforgettable characters we define our national identity by. And now Ozflix is going to find, restore and preserve their hard work for your curiosity and enjoyment. Here are some of our national treasures sharing their thoughts on this fantastic new platform. They are going straight to the pool room.
One film that has always resonated with me is The Big Steal. I saw it at a time in my life and I think I was only 12 and I went and saw it at the cinema and it was just the perfect film. It was hilarious, it had heart and it just spoke to me. And any film that has Steve Bisley in suspenders gets a tick.
Pulling out Guy Pearce's first film, I did a film with him called Dating the Enemy. You know, you look at that now and you can appreciate Sam Worthington's first films, Heath Ledger's, all those careers those people who burst out like Rose Byrne in Two Hands, to go back and appreciate where she began when we now know she's this international star. Kate Blanchett in Thank God He Met Lizzie, that's a film I'd love to go back and see, you know, that DNA of a brilliant performer in her early days.
Can I just say, I think traditionally we haven't gone for the big names. We haven't gone for, I don't know, Meg Ryan and you've gone for the person who's right for the role.
You're talking about us,
yes,
you and me.
I'm talking about us, you and me. Not us, me and the coffee cup.
No, not us, Australia.
No. Yes, us in Australia.
You know, generally speaking, when you get these kind of Oz collectives, they're usually a limited catalogue. What excites me is the idea that we're going to have a vast array of Australian films, including those films that had a huge impact on me that I know struggled to even get an audience when they were released. Films like Yakety Yak, Pure Shit, films that were highly influential to me growing up that I would dearly love to see again at the push of a button in my own lounge room, rather than having to seek out the filmmaker and beg them for a copy.
The tragedy about celluloid is it does start to degrade, it starts to rot in a way, and it's just a horrific thought to think of those films that we've put so much hard work into and love into, and they're a part of Australian history, to imagine them just disintegrating, which sadly they can. So it's not just a matter of cleaning them up and getting them presentable to be able to show on television or at the theatre. It's also a matter of preserving them for future generations.
I think Ozflix is an extremely exciting new platform that is going to make Australian stories accessible to a huge number of people who otherwise would not have had access. I think it's an exciting new direction and something I can't wait to see come to fruition.
I think Ozflix will provide a place for, Australian tourists who want to understand Australia from various different storytellers' perspectives, to be able to find out more about our nation.
That new technology is just unbelievably, it's just endless, the amount of information you can get from it. However, if you want to find and get access to Australian films, it's impossible. It's really, really hard. And one of the great tragedies is that we have no easy access to this magnificent sort of history that we have that goes right back to silent film days.
We at Ozflix cannot wait to welcome you to our service and to share our nation's ultimate library of films on your mobiles, iPads, TVs and PCs. If you're looking to laugh yourself silly, we'll find a bundle of films that suit your fancy. And who knows, maybe we'll introduce you to a film or two you've never seen before. I'm Fred K. Levitt from Ozflix. Yibbida yibbida. That's all, folks.